Hello there, this is Big Benedict. We're playing DMC3 on Dante Must Die difficulty. There we go. Mission 8 of 20. This is one of my favorite missions because I love the environment. I love the whole quest of it, the traversing of it. So right here we're just dispatching the 5 tentacles, which will enable us to open the door, which is right to our immediate left right there, but we'll be dropping down there in a minute. The next few chapters aren't very difficult. Not if you've been playing the game on its difficulties and you've gradually made it up to this highest tier of difficulty. And I'm probably in the minority with my technique on the Leviathan, but I think it's a good technique, and if you want an alternate strategy, you can use the Nevin to switch cancel in the air with another weapon that has a double jump, because the Nevin and also the Cerberus weapons do not have the air hike. So you could potentially switch cancel quite a bit in the air to avoid the Hell Envies, from whom here's the arena right there. We can't fight the boss quite yet, and once we get inside here, this monstrosity will close its jaws on you. Right then you need to jump. It'll either be a horizontal attack, see how it's vertical right now, and it'll turn horizontally, and it's the same deal where you get the iframes. You jump right when you see him trying to close his claws on you, and you get 1,000 red orbs for doing this. It's a single red orb, but it's worth 1,000. The second time we fight this guy, I'm just going to flee from him, because you aren't required to fight this guy, nor are you required to do the next battle with the Hell Envies, but you might want to build up your Devil Trigger. But how the boss works for this stage is that he's got 3 separate parts, or 3 stomachs if you like, and if you don't hit the leftmost or the rightmost parts, you're either going to sacrifice money and orbs if you're not hitting the leftmost heart, if you're leaving it without attacking it, which is fine because you have to sacrifice one of them, or you're going to be sacrificing Devil Trigger because the rightmost heart will steal the Devil Trigger from you. So I sacrifice the money and the health pickups in order to ensure that my Devil Trigger doesn't get stolen, because the amount of damage that you can do to the boss with the Devil Trigger transformation is very good. It's not going to be a huge chunk, but it's the most you can deal him with that particular attack. So these enemies are called the Hell Envies, and we'll be fighting these guys during the boss fight. So ordinarily, everyone knows my detestation for lackeys and my utter disdain for lackeys and everything like that. But if there wasn't lackeys on the boss fight, it would be a simple process. So I understand the presence of the lackeys in this instance, but they are quite annoying, and a couple slashes from a group will outright kill you if like 3 of them hit you at a single time. So that's the biggest threat, aside from the laser beams that the middle stomach will shoot out at you. So it's not a difficult fight, and I don't think Nevin is a difficult fight either. I didn't have to use items on this boss fight or the next boss fight. The only place I had to use items on is chapter 10 on one of the Arachnid boss fights, but in this room you're not going to get any of the red orbs, because the red orbs are going to be given to the pit in the middle as sacrifices to feed him. And once you slay enough of these guys, you slay a group, but that's not quite enough, and then you slay a couple more, and then you'll get the cutscene, and you'll be able to get the Ignis Fautus, or however you pronounce that. So I think the general consensus on the boss is not to use a strategy like mine. I think I did it the hard way, but the way I do it is the way I want to do it, because I'm most comfortable doing it that way. And also, this room here has a combat adjudicator, and it also has a health orb, but I've already gotten those, so they don't regenerate. I mean, I haven't gotten them. I got the health orb, and I've already done the adjudicators, obviously. If I hadn't, I wouldn't have max health. So, I guess I tackled this guy too. I thought I was going to run from him. But I take more damage on this fight. But if you don't want to fight these guys, and you don't care about the 1,000, go for it. But you might need to kill these guys in order to get enough money for the rank. But we're not going for rank. We're just going to clear the game and survive it. So I've done this audio commentary like 3 times, so I'm not sure if I'm saying stuff that I haven't said already, but with the Nevin, you don't get an air hike, and with the Cerberus, you don't get an air hike either. I can't remember if I said that, honestly. I've had so many disruptions, but to avoid that, because it messes me up, especially when you have to double jump and jump on the laser parts, it really messes me up. Same does, and I think you'll see it up here where I can't stay in the air long enough because I have the rocket launcher equipped, and I fall thinking I have the shotguns, and not the shotguns, but the handguns, and I can keep shooting them to get hang time, but it doesn't work out, and I take massive damage. So as we come out here, this is another optional fight, but you should at least, kill these guys to get your devil trigger. I already have my devil trigger. I'm not really sure why I was killing these guys. The only reason I could think of is that I was having a really fun time. Over there where that ship is located, there is a blue orb if you want to get that. So I haven't been pointing out any of those locations, and I haven't been telling you where the trials are. There's also a trial over there. It's actually the elevator ride. And I think I was just really enjoying this level because, like I said, it's one of my favorite landscapes in this game. It's just really, it's gorgeous. It's got that grotesqueness to it, and fun of traversing through it, and then these acid parts of the stomach. It's really creative. I mean, this game is really great. And I also wanted to say that I've had my physical copy of the game in my console for hundreds of hours spinning in there, and it has not froze on me yet. So you definitely do not want to buy the digital version because it freezes too much, especially when you're accessing menus. Unacceptable. But I haven't had a single instance, and the only reason I leave my console on so much is that I don't like to I just don't like turning it off. I just close my software program and leave the console running. Another reason for that is because if you turn the console off, I'm talking about the PS3, you can't charge your controller, which is really stupid. But anyway, I've had my PS4 for about 3 months now, and it's been sitting in the closet for those 3 months. It's really fucking ironic. What I'm really hoping for is God of War 4, for some kind of a confirmation at E3 next week. Okay, so anyway, immediately start attacking this heart here, and you're going to have these fucking lackeys dropping in. We all hate lackeys, but if you use the Kalina Ann, you can disrupt these guys, knock them down, and you can also hit the boss. So aim at the general direction of the boss, and also the part on the right. And then once you, the first time you take the rightmost heart off, or whichever heart you decide to do, you're not going to have to deal with the laser beams, but every subsequent time you will have to deal with the laser beams before you're allotted your free hits. And I'm not sure why they have the goddamn stripper poles over here. It's really ridiculous, but here's the free shots. You can hit this part, or you can hit the part up top. Doesn't matter, I just focus on the green part. And now this thing's health regenerates a little bit. Well, not a little bit, it regenerates all the way. So we're just dealing with the lackeys. They're all going to be cleaned up for you every single time, and it really is up to you. I think I get my devil trigger stolen at some point, but that's only because I was too focused on killing these lackeys. And you'll also notice that all the red and the green orbs go over to the left. Now, when this happens, you need to switch to your handguns, just in case you need extra hang time. But the safest jump is the single jump, but occasionally I will do that. Also, the best way to deal multiple damage to the right part and the middle part is to have your devil trigger maxed out and release it in between those two. I think I'll do it over here. It normally isn't going to be an instance because of the regenerative nature of both left and the right parts. So the only health you have to destroy fully is the boss. So here he's going to clean up you guys. So I'm firing just because it takes off a little damage, and also because I need to fire to keep myself in the air. And here's your free chance to get a bunch of hits. You see how the right one, his health was regenerated if you rewind that, and I stood where I was mentioning right in the middle of these guys, and it took off like half of that guy's health, plus it destroyed the guy in the middle. So this is definitely, I don't know, this fight to me is really, I like this fight. I like Nevin too. Like, some of these boss fights I'm really good at and I could defeat without using items. Others I just can't. It's just up to the individual, I guess, how, you know, I really don't know what it is. But up ahead is, I wanted to point out when this happens here, where is it? I take massive damage on the laser. That was very fucking close. That was really close. I take massive damage because I was jumping and I had my rocket launcher equipped, and I thought that I could do another jump. Or no, I thought I could continue to press the square button to shoot and give myself more hang time, but I couldn't because you can't fire in the air with the rocket launcher equipped. So I dropped to the ground instantly and took massive damage from the laser. You'll see it happens up here. So you also see that I really don't use the jump plus the B attack in the air because you're constantly landing, and it's too risky to. I mean, it doesn't take away enough, in my opinion. I mean, one rocket launcher hit will take away. Here's where it happens. See, I thought that I could be pressing the shoot button and have hang time. So you saw how much that took away. So you really don't get too many mistakes here on this boss. And the reason right there that I didn't take damage on the rightmost part was because I didn't have enough radius of the transformation. So that was him attempting to steal my devil trigger, just in case you didn't notice. But fortunately I didn't have any to steal. But what I was saying a minute ago was one aerial attack with the Swordmaster is about as much as it takes with the shotgun. Even see how much the shotgun takes away, or the rocket launcher? It's even more than a hit. So this is really good technique. You just have to make sure that you can cancel out as much as you can of the actual shot and roll away from any enemy attack. And also, you know, the whole time make sure you're storing up your devil trigger to do the charge and the transformation, and just always take advantage of when you can get a free hit in. But it really does require patience and also timing here. But if you're not a patient person, like this fight, it just would kill people. Just imagine like the PewDiePies of the world, or people that play on it, like the Rad Brad. Like a difficulty like this would destroy those people. And, you know, just imagine them having to do a difficulty like this. They couldn't. I mean, they would have to use like 60 items in every stage. I mean, I'm not saying that, you know, I don't know, it would just break those people. That's all I know. And I find kind of some satisfaction in that, since, you know, my channel is so small and theirs is so huge. Because they're not real gamers. I don't think the Rad Brad is a real gamer. Anyway, so that's what I said about patience, you see, because if I had overstayed my welcome there, I would have potentially got damaged, and as you can see, I can't afford to take a single hit here or I would die. I also want to apologize if there's any feedback whine in the video. There should not be. I think it's my PS3 making the noise because I'm using the physical copy, and it makes less noise if you don't use the physical copy, but you can understand why I'm not using the physical copy. I mean, why I'm using the physical copy, which freezes constantly. But just remember to do your final evasions here, and I'll see you in Chapter 9. We'll still be in this venue. Ooh, another close call. But just finish the guy off, and I'll see you in Mission 9.